me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta.
All right, what is going on, good people, and welcome back to the Juggernaut Show. I'm your host, Juggernaut097, and today I'm here to give you my WWE Crown Jewel 2024 review. So, Crown Jewel was this past Saturday, November 2nd, 2024, and it was held from held from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You know, their annual Crown Jewel shows that they do in Riyadh. And overall, you know, I'm usually not a big fan of these Saudi shows because usually they don't really mean a whole lot. But these last few years, they have been pretty good. Like they actually built up towards something, you know, because they used to be more like super shows, you know, like more like big like WrestleMania type of shows. But they actually build up to something like more towards like the weekly show, which is a good thing that they've been doing these past few years. So overall, I really enjoyed the show. I mean, some things we had on the show. We had, you know, the Crown Jewel Championship for the men and the women on this show. We had, you know, champion versus champions. That was pretty cool on here. Kind of like essentially like a bragging rights type of thing. We had the Bloodline 2.0 or the Wish Bloodline going up against the OG Bloodline. That was fun. We had Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed on the show. We had LA Knight defending the United States Championship against Andrade and against Carmelo Hayes. So yeah, that was a little bit on the show we had. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the show. Really good wrestling. But what I didn't like is some of the outcomes of some of these matches. But other than that, the show was fine. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't able to watch the show live, or else I would have the review done for you guys yesterday. But yeah, you know, that's nonetheless there. Let's go ahead and get started with this review, shall we? So, the first match that kicked off the show was we had a 6-man tag team match. We had the OG bloodline of Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso going up against Wish Bloodline or Bloodline 2.0 of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and what's his name? Tongaloan. One of the it's not Tama Tonga. Yeah, it was Tama Tonga because Tongaloa was standing by ringside. I was trying to figure out which one was standing by ringside. So yeah, this was a really good opener. You know, this kind of gives you a little taste of what we're going to probably see at, you know, what's coming up at the end of this month, which is Survivor Series War Games. We're probably going to be getting the OG Bloodline versus Wish Bloodline in a War Games match. This was really fun stuff. You know, of course, we had the Wish Bloodline that come out doing their entrance all together. You know, they're united. You know, they're all equals, and that's what commentary was saying a lot throughout this, you know, match here. While Roman and Jimmy, they came out together, and then Jey did his entrance by himself. So it was like trying to see if, you know, the OG Bloodline can, you know, really work together again, you know, after everything that's happened, you know, because there's a lot of layers to this storyline here. You know, after all the betrayals we had, it's like a big cinema. What this is. It's like a big cinema. But about the match, I thought the match was really good. The Usos were doing Uso things, hitting a lot of super kicks, doing some pretty good things with that. Tama Tonga, he was doing okay. Roman, he was so over here. You know, the crowd was saying, "We want Roman." You know, they were chanting for Roman a lot in this match. It was nice, the little interactions we saw between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. That was cool. And the stuff that Jacob Fatu does in this match, you know, like the way he can run up to the top rope and like do some crazy planches. It's just like so cool to watch because a man that size should not be doing those big moves like that. Solo, he was okay. I'm still not the biggest fan of Solo inside the ring. But we had a lot of Solo and Roman going at it. Roman ended up actually getting pinned here, which I was very surprised. I thought it'd be maybe like Jay getting pinned, and then maybe Roman getting mad at Jay or something. I don't know, like kind of having like little tensions like lean up later on. But yeah, Roman, the OG, the original tribal chief, ended up getting pinned. Took a few Samoan spikes from Solo Sikoa, and that's how this match ended. And then after the match, Roman, he was trying to go for the Ulafala, the thing that's around Solo's neck. Try going after that, but then the beatdown just continued to happen. Then the Usos, they tried to come in for the save. They were about to they wanted to put Roman through the table, but that wasn't happening. Jay came for the save, beat up the Tonga Loans, beat up Jacob Fatu. Ultimately, it just wasn't enough. They were just outnumbered. In the crowd, they were chanting for Sami Zayn. They wanted Sami Zayn to come out because he was part of the OG bloodline. Sami Uso. So we had Sami Zayn's music hit. He came out. He came out. He was helping take out the bloodline. The Wish bloodline, taking out them, taking out Jacob Fatu, taking out the Tonga Loans, and then it was Solo in the ring with everybody else. And Roman, he was getting ready to go for the spear or the Samoan, the Superman punch, and then it looks like Sami Zayn, he was going for like a running knee strike, but Solo moves out of the way, and Sami Zayn ends up taking out Roman. So there's still a little bit of rocky ground here that's everybody with the original bloodline. Jimmy, he was pissed off at Sammy. He goes like, "What'd you do? You just took out Roman," which Sami Zayn didn't mean take out Roman, and Sami Zayn didn't want to get back involved with the bloodline here. But hey, he wants to do it. He wants to, he wants to help out Jay. He wants to do this all. He wants to help out his original brothers there because he is an Uso. But no, it looks like that's probably where we'll begin at War Games is the OG bloodline with Roman, the Usos, and Sammy Uso. He's an honorary Us. But yeah, this was a really fun opener. Really enjoyed it. All right, and then the next match we had the Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. So we had Bianca and Jade Cargill defending the titles against Metaphor of Shakara Jackson and I can't remember her partner's name. Someone wants to go down below, let me know. Oh, her name's just slipping my mind. Going up against the team of Io Sky and Kairi Sane, and then we had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. So yeah, this was your typical multi-person tag team match where everybody came into their spots. Chelsea Green, she was hilarious in this match. She tried she wanted to go up top and like do like a moonsault on everybody outside the ring. Where everybody's standing, that spot they do, everybody's standing, kind of looking dumb. And someone does a splash on them outside the ring. Yeah, that's what she tried to do here, but she was scared. She jumps into her partner's arms, Piper Niven's arms. Man, I'm just trying to remember Jakara's partner's name. Her name is I know they're part of Metaphor. Let me think what her name is. Yeah, this is gonna bug me now because I like what she was doing in the match. But yeah, her name is bugging me. The Metaphor. Yeah, I just can't remember Jakara Jackson's partner's name. But yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, this was an alright match. Io Sky, she did some nice high spots in this match. There was a lot of spots where they did to the outside of the ring. Like Io Sky did a nice moonsault onto everybody outside of the ring, as well as Io Sky. She did Kairi Sane, she did a nice elbow drop to everyone. And then we had Jakara and her partner. They were doing some nice little spots in the match. But ultimately, Jade Cargill with her finisher onto Chelsea Green. She would take the jaded, and Bianca and Jade Cargill would end up retaining their titles. What was an alright match, nothing too crazy. Yeah, I think this has been one of the best built up women's tag team matches that we've seen. Like, with them going to each brand and like with seeing different interactions that we've been seeing, it's been pretty decent. It hasn't been bad. So good stuff here. It wasn't bad. All right. And then the next match we had was Seth freaking Rollins going up against Big Bronson Reed. Of course, a few months ago we had Bronson Reed take out Seth Rollins with a whole bunch of tsunamis. Put Seth Rollins on the show for a little bit. And of course, Rollins came back. He wants retribution on Bronson Reed after getting taken out after having hurt ribs. So, yeah, Seth Rollins is out for revenge here. The match starts. Well, Bronson Reed, he's doing his entrance. Seth Rollins goes out to the ring. They brawl for a little bit. They brawl outside the ring. They brawl into the timekeeper's area. Seth Rollins goes flying into the chairs in the timekeeper's area. Like a lot of this match, it was like 5 minutes where they were outside just brawling around the ring. And then we had about 15 minutes of in-ring action. And I gotta say, Seth Rollins really sold a lot for Bronson Reed, really put over Bronson Reed here. But I gotta say this, the wrong person went over here. And I'm a big Seth Rollins fan. I'm a big Seth Rollins mark. Rollins is one of my favorite wrestlers. But the wrong person just went over here. Because, to be honest, Rollins, he didn't need to win. He wouldn't hurt if he lost here. But Bronson Reed, like I said, he was the dominant majority of this match. He actually ended up getting cut open over his eye a little bit. Yeah, but Rollins, he hit a stomp on the outside of the ring. He hit a curve stomp on on the steel steps on the Bronson Reed. Then he put Bronson Reed back in the ring, hit another stomp, but Bronson ended up kicking out of that. And then Seth Rollins had to go to hit a third stomp. He hit a super stomp off the top rope to end up finishing off Bronson Reed. So the winner of the match was Seth Rollins. And Bronson Reed, like I said, he was really dominant. He hit a few tsunamis onto Rollins. There was one point in the match where he hit it really early, but didn't go for the pin, which commentary was going he should have went for the pin. He could have ended off Seth Rollins. And but yeah, like I said, I think the wrong person went over in this match. I mean, it wasn't a bad match nonetheless, but I know Rollins did not need the victory here. But we'll see where this goes. I think they're probably going to continue this feud. Maybe have a match at Survivor Series. I don't know, but the wrong person went over, in my opinion. All right. And then the next match we had was the first ever Crown Jewel Championship. On the line, we had the champion versus champion. So we had the WWE Women's Champion, Nia Jax, going up against the World Heavyweight Champion of Liv Morgan. And so, yeah, this was a pretty decent match. Nothing crazy. Nia Jax, she was pretty dominant throughout this match. Of course, we had some shenanigans, which that's one thing that kind of takes my rating down with this match a little bit, because we had Tiffany come out. She came out and teased the cash in. Nia Jax told her to go backstage. She said, hey, this isn't your time yet. Basically Nia Jax is trying to control Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany's like, I'm not out here to cash in on you. I'm here to cash in on Liv. I'm here to cash in on Liv. So we see, Tiffany going back to the top of the stage, but then she comes running back down because both women are down. She's like, hey, maybe she's going to this is her time to take advantage. But then Raquel Rodriguez, she shows up, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio shows up. They take the briefcase from her. Whole bunch of shenanigans break down. A whole bunch of shenanigans break down here. Dom slides the Money Bank briefcase in the ring, distracts the referee, and then it looks like Nia, she was getting ready to go for her annihilator, or sit down, her where she sits down on her opponent. Yeah, so it looks like she was getting ready to go for that, but Raquel, she gets involved, takes her out, and then that ends up letting Liv Morgan take advantage and hit the Oblivion onto Nia Jax. And your first ever women's Crown Jewel champion is Liv Morgan. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I really wasn't a big fan of all the interference. And I think, to be honest, Nia Jax should have won this title belt. She should have been the first winner for the women. It shouldn't have been Liv Morgan. But yeah, we had a lot of cheating in this match. Like I just wanted like a one-on-one match where there was no interference between, like, with that Judgment Day or anything, or like Tiffany Stratton. I just wanted a whole like one-on-one match, because that kind of takes down the prestige of this title a little bit here. Kind of reminds me of what happened like with the first ever Money in the Bank match for the women. With James Ellsworth winning, or like helping Carmelo win. This what kind of reminds me of, because Liv Morgan didn't win it fairly here. She had a lot of help to win this match, which I didn't really like at all. And of course, this title isn't going to be defended, on a pay-per-view basis or like a weekly basis. The title belt is going to stay in. Is going to be staying in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's going to be staying at the WWE Experience. But they will get these rings, kind of like, what they do in AEW with the whole, like the Dynamite Diamond ring. Kind of they have their rings to show it off. They got their bling, or like a Super Bowl ring. But I'm wondering, like, are they going to be defending that like championship like every single year? Like they're going to be defending it next year, or is it like next year will be whoever the champions are, they'll be going for the Crown Jewel Championship again? I don't know. I'm kind of like wondering how that's going to go down next year, or if they're going to do this title again next year. I don't know. They probably will, because Saudi's giving them a lot of money, giving WWE a lot of money to do this. But yeah, that title belt is huge. I'm happy that Liv Morgan doesn't have to carry that title belt around everywhere. And like I said, this title belt kind of reminds me of or this kind of whole thing reminds me of with the Owen Hart Cup, what they do in AEW. It's like, they win it. It's kind of like a bragging rights type of thing here. Like a Raw versus SmackDown. Yeah, world champion going up against champion. So yeah, Liv Morgan ended up winning here, and like I said, I mean, the thing that I didn't really like about this match was all the interference, but overall, it was just a fine match. And like I said, I think the wrong person went over here as well. But yeah, next match. So we had Randy Orton going up against Kevin Owens. So they're doing their entrances and all that. The crowd is singing to Randy Orton's theme song. They're going crazy for Orton. And Kevin Owens, he's standing there by ringside. He brings in his steel chair, takes out Orton with the chair. They brawl out a little bit to the ringside. The match hasn't started yet. To say that the match has not started yet. They're brawling. Kevin Owens is working on Orton's leg. And then, they just keep on brawling, and then we have some referees come down. Kevin Owens stunners the referee. We have some more management comes out. Adam Pearce ends up getting RKO'd by Randy Orton. And then they just keep on brawling more. The match never gets started. They end up like brawling into the crowd. Kevin Owens does a elbow drop through a table on the outside, in the crowd. Like Kevin Owens, he climbs up to the like the risers area, and like he jumps off and does the elbow drop through the table. And that's how they end this whole segment here. The match never got started. Um, so basically, this match was a no contest here. Um, and then there's all these rumors with Kevin Owens, like he's his contract's coming up. He's probably gonna be leaving WWE, which I don't think he's gonna leave. I think he's doing some really good stuff right now. I love his whole character that he's doing as a heel. Like Kevin Owens as a heel is like amazing. He does amazing stuff. And it's like how he thinks like everybody's churning on him. And it's like how he doesn't like how Randy and Cody are like helping Cody was helping out Roman Reigns, because Kevin Owens doesn't trust Roman Reigns. It's just like Kevin Owens, and he doesn't trust much people, and he's trying to be the victim here throughout this feud a lot. That's what I'm getting at. But yeah, this match never got started. So I can't really give this match a rating. But yeah, that's what this whole segment was, just a big brawl. And we'll probably get a match here, maybe a Survivor Series, I don't know. But yeah, it was okay for what it was. And then next, we had the United States Championship on the line. We had LA Knight defending the title against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat. Yeah, this was a high spots match. To start off the match, Andrade and Carmelo, they're just going at it. LA Knight, he's just taking advantage of it. He's just watching them beat each other up. Andrade, he was doing some pretty cool stuff. He did a nice Spanish fly like on the middle rope. That was pretty cool, like a springboard Spanish fly with Carmelo Hayes. What else do we have? I mean, Melo, he was doing some pretty cool high spots. He was doing some nice stuff in this match. LA Knight, he all these guys did amazing in this match. I just can't go over to you every spot that happened in this match. But it was really good stuff. Oh yeah, there was another spot from Andrade. He'd hit a nice moonsault to the outside of the ring on LA Knight. That was pretty cool. I thought he was going to go do a move on to Carmelo Hayes, but no, he ends up changing it to LA Knight, that was pretty dope. Carmelo Hayes, he was flying around the ring, doing some nice stuff. It was just like back and forth. This is probably my favorite match of the night, in my opinion. And LA Knight, he kind of been seeming like the heel in this whole feud, because in that whole game 7 match between Andrade and Carmelo, ends up taking out both guys. And like where the GM goes like, hey, you're gonna be in a triple threat match now because you put your hands on both those guys. That kind of seems like what a heel would do. And of course, how cocky LA Knight is. But LA Knight, he would end up retaining. He would hit his blunt force trauma onto both guys. So that was pretty cool. Ends up pinning Carmelo Hayes to get the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it was a good match. I really enjoyed it a lot. If you haven't watched this match, definitely go back and check it out because, like I said, I really enjoyed the match. All right, and in the main event, we had the men's Crown Jewel Championship on the line. We had the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, the American Cody Rhodes, the American roller coaster Cody Rhodes, as Dylan likes to say, going up against the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Yeah, this was a fun match. This is the first time they ever went 1-on-1 with each other. I mean, they have met each other in the Rumble, which Cody Rhodes has eliminated him both times in the Rumble, which Gunther has never forgot about that. They said that on commentary. Yeah, Gunther, he was really working on Cody Rhodes' arm, working on the back of Cody Rhodes, being very methodical. The way Gunther works. And of course, Cody Rhodes is being Cody Rhodes here, hitting his disaster kicks. I really liked the way Gunther, he was doing different transitions. Like there was one point where I think Cody was going for a disaster kick, and like Gunther countered it into like a Boston Crab. I think that was pretty cool. And the counters of the Cody cutters were pretty nice in this match. Of course, Gunther, he was doing his chops, doing his crazy chops. Towards like the end of the match, they were both just chopping each other. Gunther was putting on submissions, working on the arm and back of Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fun match. A lot of reversals of the crossroads. And of course, there were a few times where Gunther kicked out of his finisher. And also, Cody Rhodes kicked out of his power bomb, which not too many people kick out of Gunther's power bomb. So that was cool. But yeah, Cody ends up winning the match. He was going for a Cody cutter off the top rope, but Gunther counters it into a sleeper hold. And then Cody Rhodes ends up rolling onto his back and getting the shoulders off the mat. And that ends up putting Gunther's shoulders on the mat. And that gets the 1, 2, 3 for Cody Rhodes. So, this is kind of, reminds me of the shades of how Bret Hart, I believe it was SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was Mania. I can't remember. But, yeah, how Bret Hart won. I think it was at Mania, I believe. But yeah, Cody Rhodes won here. This helps protect Gunther. With him, he got beaten kind of like in a roll up type of way. We've seen the spot many times before. They're trying to make Gunther still look strong here. I mean, no guys lose their titles. But to be honest, I think that Gunther should have won. This title would have fit Gunther a lot more, and like that title belt is big on both Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes, because he put that thing around his waist, and I like that. That title belt is huge. I thought that was going to be more for Gunther. But yeah, Gunther ends up losing to Cody Rhodes here. It was a good match, nothing too crazy. It was a fine match. And then Triple H, he came out to present the titles to, and of course, earlier night came out to present the title to Liv Morgan, and then came out to present it to Cody Rhodes. And then they both were out here. They were celebrating. So we had a heel and a face win these championships. So that was cool. But yeah, to be honest, Gunther should have won. I feel like the title would have fit him a lot more. And that was Crown Jewel 2024 overall. It was a really enjoyable show. Definitely recommend checking out the show if you haven't already. It was good. But like I said, some things I just didn't like some of the results from some of his matches. I didn't understand the direction that they were trying to go. Like I saw in my eyes, like I saw the way that they were trying to go, but or the way I thought they were trying to go, but yeah. I don't write for WWE. I don't book the shows. But yeah, Crown Jewel was a fun show. So, if this is your first time ever checking out my channel, hit that subscribe button. That really helped me out a lot. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the True JSB. And also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out, and I will see you guys in my next video. So, peace.